Now, Mark, there's been a lot of upheaval within the organization at Project Titan. We've reported on layoffs. We've reported that perhaps plans have changed. What is the latest that we know in terms of what direction Apple is really going in here and the status of the org chart, essentially?
Sure. When Apple started work on this Project Titan car project a few years ago, between 2013 and 2014, it was run by an executive named Steve Zadesky. He's a former engineer up until 1999 at Ford. He came to Apple, he worked on many iPhone, iPad, and iPod generations. When he ran the group, it was very focused on building a car. Bob Mansfield, who retired from Apple in 2013, returned upon Zadesky leaving, and he reorganized the entire Titan organization into three components. One focused on self-driving sensors, one focused on the overall hardware of a car, and another focused on the software. With those three components, you could theoretically see Apple building a car platform rather than just the car. And now, under Mansfield's leadership, Apple really has two different roads where it can go. It can make its own car start to finish, or it can build a platform to sell to other automakers. What we don't know is what Apple will ultimately do, and that's going to be exciting to see in the years ahead.
Now, Ed, certainly Apple wasn't the first to do an iPhone or a smartphone, wasn't the first to do a tablet, but they came into the market with something that was better than anybody else had. Do you think that is possible in the car market as well, when you have so many companies that seem to have a head start, whether it's Tesla or Google, or now some of these other more traditional automakers that are, at least presenting themselves as more forward-thinking?
Yeah, I think that clearly, what companies like Tesla and Google have proven is that Silicon Valley can really provide the car industry. They have provided the car industry with a real jumpstart. I think the car industry had become somewhat commodified, and I mean, there's still a tremendous amount of innovation. It's still a very challenging business, but it just had kind of lost the futurism and excitement that had really characterized, the first really, 50 years at least, 75 years of the automobile. So Silicon Valley is bringing that back, but I think Tesla is also showing that this is really, really hard to do, especially if you go at it as sort of, well, we're a Silicon Valley company and we'll just replicate what a car company does, but just in a more, sort of high-tech way. I think the production issues in particular and the quality issues that Tesla has and continues to face really show how challenging this is. And I think that what Apple has that other Silicon Valley firms don't have is a real focus and appreciation of the value of manufacturing, what that takes, how much work that is, the logistics. They don't do their own manufacturing, so a lot of people tend to overlook, the deep expertise that they do have in this area. And I think that that's a mistake. I think it's really important to understand that that's actually one of the things that really separates Apple from almost any other company in the Valley.
Really quick here, Anil, Apple is super secretive company. This is a culture that goes all the way back to Steve Jobs. Do you think that Apple owes Wall Street more of an explanation here? Or, investors are just going to have to put up with the secrecy?
Well, I think, in a nutshell, I mean, they can be secret if they want. I don't think they owe anything to us at one level. See, Emily, one of the secrets of Apple and one of the fascinating aspects of Apple was the ability to surprise, right? And in that context, upside surprises, downside surprises, things that we don't account in the stock are what sometimes these things move at. In the past, we've seen it a lot more off lately over the last couple of years. We've seen a little bit more leaks. We've been seeing, stocks getting priced in with some of the news. So when I look back, sit back and look at it, I think they're fine. I think they should be secretive. They should not reveal their hands right away.